It's one last hurrah here for the Burning Crusade. I can make no guarantees whatsoever, but we're going to keep playing it. But we will try this boost life. We will try the boost life. Boost life. Wow, BCC any level 58. There we go. There we go, there we are, there we go. The stream is now upon us. What a delight. Well, we are at Razor Hill, and we're trying to get to level 10 before we do our boost, just to get the maximum amount of experience that we can get. And being about to be level 7 right now, we'll avoid the Razor Main, and we'll head back down to this little castle here and vanquish the betrayers. That makes the most sense to me. It's betrayer vanquishing time. I will warn everyone, this might be a shorter stream than usual. I'm having some belly trouble, some unexplained belly trouble. I don't know why. Ate tons of normal stuff, but it is what it is. For now, the march to level 10 before our boost continues. And what we'll do is once we hit level 10, well, we'll get the pet first, however long that takes. So I shouldn't just say the second we hit level 10. But first things first, we will get a pet. Find a pet. I wish there were wolves around here. There don't seem to be. But there are wolves in Orgrimmar, right? In the area? In any case, that's the plan, man. There's another hunter right there. Or somebody with a bow. Peace Bloom requires herbalism. Tiergard Keep, eh? Well, we made it here. Hello, Will, Adam, Sap, General Mess. We're back. Enjoy me while you got me. Again, it might be a short stream. Belly is acting up. There we go. Alright, these people are only level 5. Should be nice and easy. Probably fight 2 at the same time here. There's level 7. Oh my god. Well, that's because I leveled up. I was like, how do I have 93% of my health? It's because I leveled up. You get your health back when you level up. I love that auto switch to the arrow. It is so cool. So cool. And on a 40% drop rate, we just hit 100% drop rate on our first 2 kills. There we go. Noticed it didn't work the first time to hit her with the poison. And now she's all good and poisoned. After you boost, you still have to level to 70. I know. Trust me, I'm not sure what that's going to be like. I'm just hoping that the dungeons will be a little more happening. I'm hoping that the dungeons up at level 58 through 70 are going to have more people waiting in line to do them. But I hope I'm not just dreaming that that's going to be my new reality. This is going to be the last hurrah for Burning Crusade Classic. It's going to be the last hurrah for me and Burning Crusade Classic. So I hope that this changes the game experience significantly. But I don't know what to expect. Boop. I'm also considering a schedule change for this stream. To bump it later. When I originally did all my testing, there was like a bewitching hour where the stream didn't work. I think we're in a different ball game now. I think we can kind of make anything work. Gotta run. Gonna die. Don't have any potions. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Take my chances with the boar. Alright, he's done. Shoo! Close call. Sometimes you gotta lock in. I let that guy come in here and say that every time on TikTok, and I never read it because I want him to know he's a loser and nobody's ever going to give him any attention, and then I don't ever ban him or mute him. Isn't that fucking hilarious on a certain level? Ah, losers. Stay losing. Exactly, Boop. Free engagement. That's a lie. I never read you out loud. You're too much of a pathetic worm. I hear that the leveling from level 58 to 70 takes even longer than level 1 to 40, which might make me just as miserable as I was doing 1 to 40. But one thing's for certain, I'm gonna have a mount. That'll be good. And I'll only be, what, 2 levels away from a faster mount? Or is that at 70? Is it at level 60 or 70 to get the faster mount? Nobody knows. Very easy leveling with this character. The ability to do both ranged and melee is pretty awesome. This is something that you can't do on retail unless it's just maybe just Beastmaster you can't do it on retail. Could survival fight like this? I mean, I guess why would you? You have all these abilities. Even if you could, you wouldn't. Lena, thank you for the heart me. Hello, hello. Epic Mount is at 60, right. Why don't they boost you to 60? What's the logic of getting boosted to 58 instead of 60? Why such a strange little number there? Wow, the switch over to weapons is so fast that I was mid-swing and it turned into a fucking arrow shooting out. I do appreciate that rare instance of efficiency here in Classicsville. Can't wait to get more abilities. Although it might be a small misery putting the abilities on stream, but what can you do? One more scrap. And then there's a quest somewhere in this dungeon here. And it's definitely gettable. It's a gettable quest. People like to PvP in the 58, 59 levels. Well, Well, I'm in Dream Scythe after all. Not much PvPing going on. Came for the WoW, stayed for the mustache. Thank you, Holly. AKA Goose. Mustache isn't at its best today. You should see it in its prime. It's a little messy. I could do with a shower. And a little mustache cleanup. Lena said I stayed for the pretty arms. How about that? You can barely see them on stream. Will this guy die already? Tough looking Marine. Bink. Bonk. Oh, I need to kill a lot of them. I'm gonna need to eat food. Arm hair cam now. Wow, shit's getting weird over on TikTok. It's getting weird. Let's go in here. To the left. Oh, why does it sound like I'm fighting? Well, I can't go to the left. Alright, that was better. I'm using my ability that I've been neglecting. You resub to WoW this week? Why are you crying about it, silly goose? Enjoy it. Which version of the game are you playing? Holly. Am I ever getting to end game? And yeah, hopefully. Fucking 3 years from now we'll be at the end game in this fucking sorry excuse for a leveling system. But in retail all I do is end game. You know, this game's slower to level. What do you want me to do about it? It takes forever. And this is my third character. We're gonna boost it. I'm just trying to see if I like the experience. So I'm trying to get to level 10 before I boost. Got two of my oldest gaming friends to join me, and they're cursing me. So you're doing TBC Classic, and you're gonna level from level 1? What server did you choose? It's quite... Have they ever played WoW before? It's not really a good modern gaming experience, this game. I gotta tell you. It's quite bad. By modern standards. I think... nostalgia floats a lot of the success of Burning Crusade Classic Anniversary rather than game mechanics and the thrill of the hunt, so to speak. So I don't blame your friends. It's quite a grind. Very slow paced. I often tell my viewers, like, if I didn't have viewers here, my odds of playing this game would rapidly deplete towards 0. But because I have people to talk to while I play, you know, it's more enjoyable. Dream Scythe because I wanted to be cozy. That's exactly what I did. I can't use a shield, right? Oh, that's a nice... Oh, it's mail. I can't use mail. I can't use... I can't use any of this stuff. I love when people who, like, have never commented before, I don't know who they are, I've never had any interactions with them, they don't follow me, it says that they have 0 minutes watch time on the stream, they come in here and they criticize me that I'm always doing something they don't like. All you do is level new characters. All you do is this. You've never been here before, you lying fucking loser. Get the fuck out of here. People suck. People suck. When you stream, you meet the worst of the worst, as well as the best of the best. Don't get me wrong, but there's so many people like that out there. It's shocking. So many phony people who only exist to bring pain and misery to people that they meet. Like, fucking say something nice, you fucking loser. You have no idea who I am. You have no idea what I'm going through in my personal life. You're a complete fucking NPC piece of shit. No fucking emotional intelligence whatsoever. Got 2 of my oldest gaming friends to join me and they're cursing me. I read that. Hunter is completely different experience once you get a pet. Right, that's why I'm not boosting yet. That's why I'm not boosting yet. But I'm liking this experience. It's a shame that it can't last forever. This is like what, a rogue kind of experience? Do rogues use bows? You last played when you were 15, and yeah, it's slow. I mean, it's not gonna get any faster. This is what I would have done if I had 2 unsuspecting friends, aka victims, to play with. I would have forced one of them to be a healer and one of them to be a tank. Like, no, it's easy. You'll figure it out. It's easy to be fucking tanks and healers on your first run of the game. First time you ever go to a dungeon. You'll figure it out. And then I would just have fun and they would struggle. And the rest would be history. You're the healer and you did make one of the others a tank. See? That's what's required. That's what's required to have a good job, a good time, easy dungeon runs, easy looking for ... You need to have your own little crew. What's up, Savage Cheeto? This is a hunter that we're very likely going to boost, leaving our mage and our warlock to live in the level 30s forevermore. Alright, it'd be a miracle if I could pull him without dealing with his marine. Yep, it would be a miracle, wouldn't it? It would be a miracle, and it's not going to work. But I do have a potion. Maybe it will work. It's going to be close. Yes! That's good. Let's finish him off, ideally. Can I run and hit him with the F2? Yes! Can I run and hit him with an F3? Yes! I'll tell you, this is a fun, dynamic class, this hunter. This petless hunter. Beautiful. Beauteous. Angel Valkyrie, welcome back and thank you for the GGs. Healers have the hardest job, but it's fun as fuck, she says. It was the thought of PvP Disc Priest, how it's meant to be played, that drew me back in. What were you watching, YT videos? Did I get the quest from finding this guy? The Admiral's orders? How come I don't... Oh, I've got a Benedict's key. Okay. I don't see Admiral's orders anywhere. Did they not drop? Are they on the floor somewhere and I missed them? Oh, come on. I already battled you, dude. You didn't drop the orders the first time. It says complete. Figures. I'm stuck here fighting this guy. Again. He's fast. There we go. I'm trying to hit him with... And he respawned, like, oddly fast. I'll take more stuff from you, buddy. Oh, I can't. Go to the roof. In a chest at the top. I don't see access to the roof. Is this door open with a key? No. I don't see anything that opens with a key. Did I come up that way? I need to go up this way? Maybe. Perhaps. Moving on up. Parry? What is this? Chivalry? This is a horde character. It's an orc, you silly goose. Cheeto asked me if I was Horde or Alliance. I know you might have been fooled by my orc's sexiness from the back, but she is still undoubtedly an orc. You probably saw her at the bar. You tapped her on her back shoulder. She went, "Hello!" Did one of those, Cheeto. Cheeto thought it was like a gorgeous blood elf. Saw the pointed ears. Aha! You were right. Lotar Ogar. Lynette. Spotting the tool posters. Alright. Aged envelope. Begins a quest. You open the aged and weathered envelope. Oh, but I'm trying to accept the quest. You open the aged and weathered envelope and you discovered an official looking document. You recognize the seal of Admiral Proudmoore. This looks important. Perhaps Gartok, the commander of Razor Hill, would be interested in having this information. Wow, look where she died. Unusual. Gave me a carpenter's mallet. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. We're done with all the quests. I gotta go back to Razor Hill. That I don't think I could say out loud. Gary soon, unless I want to get banned on TikTok. Good old, you know, TikTok is like the flock camera of social media platforms. Constantly watching you everywhere you go and everything you say, monitoring you with an AI algorithm. Just ready to shadow ban you at a moment's notice. Do I take my pizza boneless or original? I take it gluten-free mostly, unfortunately. There's a really good gluten-free pizza brand called Against the Grain. And they have a pesto pizza. It's about all my weak stomach ass can handle. I can't really do tomato sauce anymore. It's like instant heartburn. I've got a lot of, unfortunately, belly drama in my life. Being gluten-free at one point in my life fixed everything. For over a decade, I had great stomach health. And now today, I can't eat hardly any. What the fuck, man? Alright, I kind of just want to run out of here and risk death because this is getting old fast. Ah. There we go. You're poisoned now, you bastard. I love that. They run away and I pull out the bow. That's so nice. He's only level 5, so this should be an easy kill. It missed. Alright, what do we got? 25, 30 people watching right now? That's not bad. That's not terrible. I just don't know why you're watching. Frankly. I mean, really? No, this is not necessary. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Let my people go. Oh, they're coming. Good. They're done. The road is right here. We've got 2 turn-ins. And then we might need to freaking head back south here. No, it's level 10, level 8. Alright, level 8. So yeah, we could do this thwarting the attack plan of the Centaur. That would be a small something to do. This might have something to do with why my stomach's killing me. But caffeine in general does, but I don't know what to do about it. Like, how do you replace caffeine in your life? Like, what can you even do? I don't know. Your choices are essentially, like, don't feel alert and sharp. What the hell? BattleNet update agent. Dude, leave me alone. You know, don't feel it and feel like shit when you wake up all the time. And just deal with your life being less good. Or take it and your stomach's gonna hate you. And you're gonna need a supplement, psyllium husk, and all this other stuff to have good stomach health. I mean, I don't know. It's a real Sophie's choice. It's a real Sophie's choice. There you go. Sorry for the lag. I was giving you all the mini-map here. It's amazing that you guys knew where to go for that chest without even seeing the map. Wowzers. Garthok is up here. We got 2 turn-ins with him.
What do you need, Sunk?
Word of your bravery travels fast.
Thrall.
One of my most observant scouts brings back word that the wreckage of Proudmoore's fleet still remains off the coast of Durotar, just east of Tiragard Keep. It is no secret that the humans in alliance with those foul little creatures known as gnomes have an advanced knowledge of mechanics. We must have a complete understanding of all our potential enemies, and our people will benefit from this new knowledge as well. Swim through the wreckage and retrieve the tools of the Alliance. 3 gnomish tools. And then I'll be able to get something.
Go with honor.
And here's the Admiral's orders.
Strength and
This
honor.
does not bode well at all. You were wise to bring this to my attention.
Blood and thunder.
Humans cannot be trusted. We fought alongside them with a weary heart, knowing they would betray us one day. What's the story there? Where they fought alongside them to do what? Admiral Proudmoore's death was not enough to stop his legacy of deceit. The human scum had his plans well laid out before he ever met his demise. His reign won't even die with Benedict, it seems. Who knows how long it will be before the next waves of Proudmoore's men land upon our shores. Deliver Admiral's orders to Vol'jin in Orgrimmar. Alright, finally they're giving me a reason to go to Orgrimmar. Who do we have here? Pet trainer? Hunter trainer?
Thrall Hall.
Please train me. Do I have anything new? Nope.
May your blades never dull.
Still got 4 more bars to fill. Maybe we'll do that up here. I've made quite a few alts myself, says Andy from Wartown. Yeah, in Burning Crusade though? I wish other people were making tons of alts. I might actually bump into somebody to play with when it's dungeon time. Alas. I'm thinking the boost. I mean, if I don't see people dungeoning after my boost, I might rage quit the game. And drag Goose Holly out of the game with her friends with me back to retail. There he is, the old man.
Loktar.
You don't talk like an old man. Here's your canvas scraps.
Blood and thunder.
Oh, he made me a bag that I don't need. That's nice.
Go forth.
Very generous of
to
him.
Victory.
I'll take it. It did not level me up, but boy, did it get me close. Boy, oh boy, did it get me awfully close. But no cigar. Ugh, I gotta go all the way south? No. Fuck that. Where's the turn in Orgrimmar? How much? I don't see. Yeah, how much is that worth? 625. How much do I need? Less than 625. We're heading to Orgrimmar, folks. We're heading to Orgrimmar. We're gonna turn this in. That's gonna level us up to level 8, and then we're gonna get our new hunter abilities. What do I have to jump down this friggin' ravine here? Oh my god. I didn't know I was this high up. Am I going to stay this high up? Is there not going to be a place to jump down? That's what it's looking like. This might be low enough. These like offshoots might be low enough for survival. Yeah. This will be good. There we go. A little fire. Beautiful. I'm in. Everything's a miss. It's like they're rolling imaginary dice every time you click an ability. Resist, miss. Always that, when it's the one hit between you and your opponent and death, it's a miss. So DMR Primetime is teaching me that the orcs fought alongside the Alliance during the Second or Third War. So that's going back to, what? Some period between Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft? Andy says, yes sir, main druid, alt rogue, hunter, mage, and warrior. Yeah, that's a lot. I've got a level 36 mage ally side. I've got a level 37 blood elf warlock. And now I've got this level 7 orc. I want to say warrior. It fights like a warrior to me, but it's a hunter. Fucking, there's nothing more warriorish than fucking shooting arrows and then switching to the axe, fucking uppercutting the axe. It feels so much like a warrior. But I guess warriors never pick up a bow in this game. Warcraft 3-ish. I don't remember. I mean, I played Warcraft 3. I don't remember the orcs and humans having a pal around. What's up, Test Keys? Welcome back, my friend. We do have a widescreen version of the stream if you want to check that out. It's on TWITCH. And some people like seeing the entire screen. Otherwise, we're happy to have everybody there on TikTok and the Red app as well, where we are already a TikTok partner, but we are fast becoming a YT partner as well. I think we're about 7 days away from that. Thank you, Sap Joe. I appreciate that. I don't know what's wrong. It's becoming chronic. I've got to fix it. I've started a very, what do they call it? When you keep cutting things out of your diet until you find the thing that's causing a problem. There's a name for that technique of healing your belly. I can't think of it at this present moment in time, but that's what I'm doing. It's like an omission diet or something. It's not just eating clean. It's like literally removing entire categories of food from my diet. Like, for example, I already tried removing alcohol entirely from my diet. It didn't fix the problem. So now you know, okay, it's not alcohol, or it's alcohol and something else, you know? I've tried completely removing dairy from my diet. Maybe it's a lactose intolerance issue, right? So, you know, I'm going to keep cutting things until I can figure it out. Because there's no doctor going to tell me what's going on. I don't know. Even if they did, let's say they were like, oh, it's your intestines, or oh, it's your stomach. You know, because that could be a number of different issues that come up in people's middle age. I don't know any flight locations.
What can I help you with?
Were there no flight locations in Razor? Did I just miss it? Oh no, there isn't one. Huh. Well, that's hilarious. There just isn't one here. Alright, let's go turn this in. BELLPUS? What the fuck is that? Is this something like fake? It's definitely something fake. Nico, I typed that in. on the old Googly, and literally nothing came up. Just making shit up in the chat. Elimination diet, right? Okay, I said omission diet. Yeah, elimination diet, Goose. That's exactly what it's called. So I'm on an elimination diet right now, with my fingers crossed, but it could take a while, you know, because some of these things, they say they have an effective disruption of multiple days. So you could cut it out, but you've really got to wait like 3 days to see if that did anything for you. Oh, that's PvP.
Lokta, may your blades never dull.
Commendation signets. No, Andy, are you for real? That's terrible news. He said, my sister got diagnosed with alpha-gal. It's been around for decades, but it's rapidly spreading. Did she visit Martha's Vineyard, or do you live near Martha's Vineyard? Do you guys know what alpha-gal is? It's a tick-borne disease that when a tick bites you that has alpha-gal, it's one of the scariest new diseases around. I mean, he's saying it's been around, but now it's really around. And it makes you allergic to meat and animal products of all kinds. So you get bit by this tick, and one day you wake up and you cannot eat meat ever again for the rest of your life. You can't drink milk again for the rest of your life. You can't have a piece of chicken, you can't have a beef, right? Isn't that unbelievable? I mean, this world is so scary. And I was just watching a video. I got a couple of, you know, everybody's got their algorithm about what's on their algorithm. Before I click this so I don't forget. Everybody's got, like, you know, certain things come up that you're just like, you're glued to. That's your thing. You get hooked on that, you know? So I've got a bunch of junk, of course, like we all do. But then one of the good things that I'm proud to be in my algorithm, that every couple of days something comes up, they interview these old veterans from like World War II and Vietnam, and it's like preserving these veterans' stories. And this was a World War II veteran, and he was saying that he was being branded a coward because every time he was doing a hard march to get to a battlefield, he would faint. And they were like, he's like, I promise you this is not fake. Like, I'm not a phony. Like, I'm not doing this to get out of combat. I want to serve my country, especially in World War II. And they would send him to the doctors, the field doctor, and they'd be like, there's nothing wrong with you. They'd run tests. There's nothing wrong with you. Again, he goes back out. He faints. They send him back. They're like, listen, you know, it's seeming like this is an issue of cowardice here. You know, he's like, no, please help me. Please help me. They send him to a far-off hospital where there's a more knowledgeable doctor there. And he's like, all right, tell me everywhere you've been deployed so far. And he was in Malaysia. And he names a couple of islands in Malaysia. And one island sticks out to the doctor. And the doctor goes, oh, boy, I'm going to give you this medicine. It's going to make you have some very uncomfortable stomach stuff for a while. Anyway, long story short, when he was on this island, he was barefoot a lot. There's beaches. It's an island. You know what I mean? There's jungle. And he's barefoot on the sand. And there were these hookworms in the sand, and they're microscopic, and they stab your feet, and they crawl through your feet, and they get into your bloodstream through your feet. How crazy is that? And that's what was making this guy faint. He felt totally fine until he exerted himself, and he just would pass out and fucking fall on the ground. Luckily, they were able to remove all those with some kind of medication. But crazy that you could get them through your feet. That boggles my mind. Like, makes me scared to wear flip-flops. You know what I mean? Like, thank God every day that I live in America. I swear. Thank every day I'm glad to live in America.
Spirits,
especially in the region that I'm in America, that's like so safe and so there's no like, and then but now in the Northeast you've got alpha-gal, and it could be spreading. It's fucking frightening.
How can old
Hey, Young Bang, I got a fucking good idea for you. Why don't you suck my ass and fuck off, bitch? There you go. Took care of that guy. What's up, Dad Bob Dane? Andy from Moortown. They can have seafood, and they can have chicken. Oh, I was when I said you couldn't have chicken, I was wrong. According to Andy from Moortown, whose sister has this. So seafood and birds, poultry. Thank goodness. So it's all red meat. So what about See, I guess you could. Can you have like the dark meat on the turkey as well as the white meat on the turkey? It's just beef is gone and like cow products and I guess bison. DMR Primetime and Harvard Dropout both said give them death instead of Alpha Gal, and no pork either. And now you can't even eat lettuce in America. That's true, Shinbiter. That's true. Oh my gosh. I don't know. It's a fucking crazy world that we live in. It's a crazy universe.
You come to consult the spirits?
No, I came to consult you and give you this fucking letter that I just handed you and you just read. Countless times I urged the war chief not to trust the humans, but personal pride is not what is at stake here. You have served the Horde honorably, young hunter. Now excuse me. I must counsel Thrall on these matters at once. Alright, do I get to talk to Thrall? Not yet. He's got the little hollow.
Loktar, friend. What is it you
Man,
wish?
not yet. He's not ready for me. Well, now we got a long ass fucking. Man, where's the pet trainer? Where's the hunter trainer at? None of these people want to give me instructions. Bastards. Really? You guys won't give instructions? What are you? You an orc under there? Yeah. Mokra. Loktar Ogar. No, you can't use... If you have Alpha Gal, you can't use many things made from mammals, such as sunscreen. What inside of sunscreen is made from mammals? The pet quest is at level 10. Yeah, I heard that. But I still have clash training to do here.
For the Horde.
Oh, there's a literal place called the Hunter's Hall. How about that? Okay. I should play OctoWow. It's actually illegal for me to play OctoWow, unfortunately. OctoWow is against the terms of service of the purple app, the red app, and look, they hear me. Look, Battle.net just popped up a Battle.net update, launcher update, because it heard me mentioning OctoWow and they were going to consider banning me. McMahon. Mr. McMahon. Yeah, I don't know. It's not gluten in my case, Sapjo, because I haven't had gluten for, except accidentally, since like 2010 I cut that out of my diet. I don't think anything's being like snuck into my food lately that I'm aware of. There's a little orc child running around. You don't see them very often in this city. Alright, Orgrimmar's too damn big to not have a mount. We gotta get this boost going sooner than later. This Hunter's Hall, where's the fucking door? Oh, what a fucking tease. That's the pet trainer. I should play it off stream. It's pumping. I don't know, most people tell me to play Project Ascension. I've never really heard too many recommendations for OctoWow. Did we boost this thing? Not yet. We're trying to get the pet first. Because you gotta do that anyway. You gotta do your pet quest. There's no point in boosting that fast. Parry is passive. I like that. Concussive shot. And Raptor Strike level 2.
Go with honor.
Parry being passive is so awesome. Concussive shot, that's the slowing movement, right? That has a purpose. That definitely has a purpose. And then, Raptor Strike level 2. Alright, so we got 2 more levels to pump. What's the fastest way we can do this? I think unfortunately we've gotta... I might be able to fight these Razor Mages that are level 10. I don't know. Well, we got 2 quests right here. Level 9, level 9. I think we can handle that. Let's head out the south exit. Hopefully not die jumping off this fucking rooftop. Nah, not even close. She's a strong gal. She's an alpha gal. See what I did there? Soon to be a booster. I'm gonna be branded for life as a booster. I know. Do I play when I'm not streaming? Occasionally, but it's mostly like getting bullshit done. Like making sure everyone in the guild is, you know, everybody who is applying to be in the guild gets their applications approved, and checking the Great Vault. Like a lot of like logistics. Auction housing that I feel like is a little too boring for people to watch me do on stream. Sometimes I do it on stream, but you know. What the fuck? This keeps happening, and it's BattleNet. I'm gonna say no. See what happens. Maybe that'll help. I keep saying yes. It's like, do you want to allow BattleNet update agent to fucking update? I said yes 2 times already. Now I'm saying no. And it's like turning off my game. It's so annoying. Does this happen to any of you? BattleNet tries to like give you a pop-up that it needs to do updates, and then it does nothing with that information. Like nothing is happening after I click the yes on update. I'm not on Nightsire. I'm on Dream Scythe. We like things to be cozy. Goose and I. But thank you for offering me the gold. That was very generous of you. Unfortunately, not there to accept it, Zen Neptune. Boosting is useful. Don't let them discourage Mr. Dane. Oh no, you know me. I resolved my mind to do this. Just trying to do it the right way. Make sure I've got the pet unlocked. You know what I mean? Do my quests properly. Get a little flavor. Get a little taste of the class. Holly, if you're still there, Holly aka Goose, are you Horde or Alliance? You said you were a disc priest. I don't know what races are capable of that, because I've never been a priest. What pet am I gonna get? I want a wolf, but I haven't seen one. I thought there were wolves in Orgrimmar, but I'm only seeing fucking boars, which is lame. These are level 10. Let's see how we fare against them. Pretty good, pretty good. I should have done the concussive shot there. I didn't. My mistake, my mistake. Alright, they're very strong. He's... Oh no! Oh, we're fucked. It's all over. I don't know what that was. I don't know what ability they hit me with. I didn't even get to see my debuffs. Okay, don't fight scorpions. Don't fight scorpion. Luckily, this is like not even a revive. We're right here. Thunder Bluff has the wolves. Well, where the fuck is Thunder Bluff? Isn't that Mulgore? There's wolves around here. That's low enough leveling over there. There's just gonna be a walk. Where's my body? Jeez. Brutal. I've earned my right to boost. Thank you, John. Yeah, I think, what, 150 hours at least of this game already? I'm ready to boost. Oh, I see. Ascension is more like retail than classic? I hadn't heard that. I heard that Ascension was more like a classic plus situation. Get a tiger? No. I want a tiger. Alright, turns out I can't go and get this quest. Everything's too fucking strong. We'll get the one that's on the road here. Maybe I should fight this fucking boar just for leveling. See how much XP he gives me. They're strong. Level 9 doesn't seem too far away, but yeah, I'm not capable of 2v1ing, or 1v2ing, I should say. Parry? Are you fucking kidding me? Better be my parry. I don't want a spider. Nico, thank you for the follow. How did the time walkings go last night? I think we went from level 50 to 62? Maybe even 67. Something around there. Something between 60 and 67. So 10 plus levels in just, 2 hours and a couple minutes. Pretty good. This is Dream Scythe in North America. We're gonna make our way to Thunder Bluff. I gotta go through the Barrens, right? And then to Mulgore, yeah. Can I survive in the Barrens? Just to walk through it? I probably can.
Hey, how you doing?
5 sacks of supplies.
Keep it real.
Where are they located? Okay, all over this little desert area. Oh, but they're on top of the mountain range. Do I want to do this? I guess. Oh, yeah. This is very survivable. Level 7. Level 7 harpies are much better than the level 10 scorpions. Raga. Alright, that was easy. Oops. I just put a target on him? Why did I even do that? Why haven't I been doing that? Should I have been doing that? I guess so. I mean, 20 ranged attack power is pretty fucking phenomenal. I've been neglecting to use my Hunter's Mark. Oh, it hits them to give it? No, it's just auto. It's like an auto attack. When I hit Hunter's Mark, she starts firing at it. I guess I'm okay with that. Alright, this is looking like a level upgrade. No, just a different color. Still only level 7. I didn't think Mark because of aggro. Yeah, but at 20 plus attack damage on the ranged strikes is giving me like 3 free hits essentially, because I barely only do 20 damage. So to get another 20, it's like literally getting a second and third hit on my next 2 attacks. It doesn't. It says that it does. So I'm going to go with what it says that it does instead of what you're saying it does. Forgive me for following the actual video game that I'm playing instead of somebody disputing it in the chat. I want a cunning or tenacity pet for solo. Well, but I'm more hoping to be able to do dungeons. I'm not hoping to be solo after I get to level 58. It didn't aggro it. See that? See how it didn't aggro it? And I'm fine. And everything's golden. See how it says all attackers gain 20 ranged attack power against this target? Marudo says, oh, we're saying the same thing. Isn't that fun? A plus A equals B. Where's... This one's up there? There's another one. Cunning is my all-around. Sap Joe, that was on such tape delay. Lettuce bad. But yeah, I never saw the answer to if she got the Alpha Gal, if Andy's sister got Alpha Gal from Martha's Vineyard or somewhere random. Because that's where they're having an explosion of it. Elena, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Bow time. Lettuce is bad, okay? See, I don't know. I'm thinking about making this stream a 2 p.m. start. Maybe it should be even later. I don't know. I'll probably do a poll on the community server. See what works for people, so that you can still watch and yet you can just make the schedule a little bit. Oh, shoot. Dang. I got some gear for you if you're interested. What level is it for, General Mess? Does a wolf have ferocity or cunning? That's my next question about pets. Water barrel. Alright, I'll take it. $10 to $11. I'm not gonna need it. We'll be boosting out of here in no time. No need to waste your energy getting to me. What about tacking on to retail? So instead of 1 a.m., it's 11 p.m. to 2 a.m.? 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. What the fuck? But I do 1 p.m. to 3 a.m. And sometimes 1 p.m. Oh, sorry, 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. and sometimes 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. plus. So nothing would be 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Because the retail stream is doing well till 3 a.m. So you're not going to change. I'm not trying to fix something that isn't broken, Shinbiter. Jeez. She's making up new problems. I'm trying to keep the thing that's working. Actually, this was working for a while, too. It's just hit or miss. So the issue with that just becomes then I'm competing in prime time, and it's hard to compete in prime time. I get like, you know, I'll get like no share of the viewers. How do I get out of here? I can go punch straight through and make a right. Invalid target. They disappeared. Oh, you took me into a different layer. Oh, whatever. You're coming around the bend. I'm going the other way. But you have a mount, I think, so you'll catch up. Level 7 pants. He's coming. It's like I'm being hunted. No! No! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Ah! Oh. Thank you kindly, fellow noodle component. That low E90 finally showing his face. You're working too hard, man. You're working too hard. Where you been? Hope everything's good. Life is good, my friend.
Time is money, friend. Yo! What's up?
Time is money. He's right. Kill 12 Dustwind Savages. And 8 Dustwind Storm Witches.
Have a good one.
What level are they? Oh, no. We're not ready for that. We're not ready for any of this, really. Let's get the hell to Thunder Bluff. Alpha Gal has been extremely bad around Missouri. A 5-year-old girl my daughter dances with has it. What? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was kind of contained. I guess nothing can be contained. But it's ticks, so... Right, because humans can't transmit it to each other so far as they know. Yeah, Adam, I boosted to level 8. I was supposed to boost to level 58, but the boost only got me so many levels. You gotta pay more for the bigger boost. I need to reach level 10 first. Yeah, we'll do that along the way. The Hunter Quest should be a gettable from there. They have a Hunter Trainer in Thunderbluff. Right? Or can you only pick up the Hunter Quest from Orgrimmar, Nico? Either way, I'll have the flight path. That's the real main reason to go. You have the aura of a wonderful trip sitter. Thank you, Taniel. I would make a wonderful trip sitter. You're right, you're right. Though I don't necessarily recommend watching this stream when you're in need of a trip sitter. That would be a bad idea. Yes to both, so see, I know what I'm doing. What the hell is a trip sitter? Oh, shin. Oh, shinny shin. See, a trip shitter. Not a trip shitter. A trip sitter is somebody who stays uninebriated when another person takes psychedelic drugs for the purposes of having some kind of psychological improvement, some kind of benefits psychologically or spiritually. Kind of like a designated driver in a way, but it's more important because a designated driver, all they have to do is drive. They can still act a fool and do whatever the fuck they want. A trip sitter is more like you've got to, you know, you're more in a caring role. You might have to throw a blanket on somebody, have them sit down, fetch them some water, which, you know, a designated driver, it's not your responsibility to hold their hair back off the toilet if they get too drunk. Like, you got to know how to manage your own liquor. But it's almost impossible to manage your own psychedelic experience after a certain dose threshold. What the hell? If you ain't doing it with me, you aren't my friend. Well, some of these, you know, psychedelic experiences are not very recreational. They're very intense, and people do them to get through emotional conflicts of their past, and you know, that can be a momentary journey through hell. Which is why a lot of this legalization stuff is happening through therapy for like veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder, and you know, they have trip sitters, but those trip sitters are therapists. These ketamine trials that they're doing and magic mushrooms and stuff like that. Dane has gone through ego death? Well, you know, that's a word, that's a phrase that people use to describe a certain phenomenon that happens when you take psychedelics. I don't necessarily subscribe to that philosophy that there even is such a thing as ego death. How can the ego be dead if you come back to yourself at the end of the experience? I think that's very, what's the word? Hyperbolic language. Nothing really dies. Ketamine is horse tranquilizer, not medicine. Well, you're entitled to that opinion. People are using it as medicine. No, not. I have never required it or tried it or had any desire to do it recreationally, but it's out there.
So.
Alright, we're in a dangerous location. Watch out for these fucking zebracorns. In my days, tripping wasn't so complicated, says Shinbiter. Well, in your days, 90% of the supply of black market drugs weren't infected with fentanyl. That's that Blizzard update agent again. Ketamine treatments becoming mainstream was shocking to me, says General Mess. Yeah. It is quite shocking to think about it. You can also take the blimp from Orgrimmar Undead City. To get a wolf? Listen, the only goal we have right now is hit level 10, go through the hunter training, get a wolf. That's it. So I'm getting the flight paths here. That's also just 2 birds with 1 stone, because you need these flight paths anyway. Because you can't get a fucking flying mount till what? Level 70? They make this game hell for you, by the way. Especially when attending raves in the 90s, seeing what Special K did to people. So I never really went to raves or parties like that, but I did have a friend, a good close friend, who tried every drug under the sun. And he said it was like pretty horrible doing Special K. He was like, it was very unique though. It was like a very unique experience, but it wasn't fun. It was like you're like, you feel very alone, like you're floating in a void. I was like, why are you doing that? Shinbiter said, so true. I could not do drugs today. So scary. It is really so scary. Word up, Eags. Don't out yourself there to the authorities. No, man, I'm a long-term hunter going back to 04. Best pet to get as a low-level hunter is a boar. Hands down. You know, you're probably right, Mr. Nagy. But, gosh, if I just don't want to be seen walking around with a boar. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta be... Plus, Mr. Nagy, I'm gonna boost this character very soon. So, it's not about having a low-level... It's not about low-level experience. It's about level 58 to 65 dungeoning experience. That's what we need a pet for. Oh, no! Oh, we're dead. We're very dead. This thing came at me like a what? Oh, my, it's so fast. I can't hit it with anything. We're fucked. Alright, where's the nearest death revive spot? I'll just run toward it. Go down swinging. Fucking bastard. We're right here, thankfully. That thing fucking pounced on me from far away, though. Wolf or Ravenger. See, Mr. Nagy? Wolf. See, we had it figured out all along. Primetime says not just a boar, but also perhaps an owl. Back to the ketamine discussion. General Mess says, yeah, they called it the K-hole. That's right. That's right, the K-hole. Sounds horrible. People usually went fetal position and rocked themselves to sleep. Oh, isn't that lovely? What a good use of your time. That low-level aggro gets you. Yeah. Damn, Anthony, I didn't think it could get me from quite that far. I would have run off the road a bit. Note to self. Ultra aggro right now. Damn, this warrior is like scantily clad. I see you, girl. I see you, baby. Alright, where's the... Oh, here it is. Now this can get me back to Orgrimmar.
Strength and honor.
Yep. Very good. And so I gotta go down to Camp Tarajo. Damn it if I don't want to boost already. All this tedium.
What do you need?
All this tedium. Oh, Mancrick's wife. Legend. The legend. Has anyone ever swam from Ratchet to Durotar? Is that possible? He won't growl till level 12. If you salute the guards, they salute you back. That's cool. Eags, I'm sorry to hear about your brother. And I agree with your assessment that you should not be taking psychedelic substances while you're mourning. As long as you can process those emotions without them, it's better. Yeah, I've been weird because I'm sad. Well, that sounds perfectly normal, my friend. I wouldn't beat myself up about that if I were you. Growl is the taunt. Well, we're gonna... I'm not intending to be like a hunter tank. Why is the Battlefield Update agent doing this? This is so weird. Leave me alone. Oh, now look what it did. Son of a bitch. That's it. These things have something that fucking slows me down, and that's it. It kills me. Fucking BattleNet did this to me. They owe me my time back. You fuckers. BattleNet. I'm Control-Alt-Deleting fucking BattleNet's fucking update agent. Because that's fucking bullshit. That's the 5th time this stream that it's done that to me. It's probably gonna fucking kick me off the game, isn't it? It's worth it. Something. Look at all these instances. Why are all these instances open? This shit is bugged. Alright, somehow I'm still in the game without useless BattleNet ruining my day. Dadbot says, I never really tried anything crazy. The occasional gummy from the local dispensary is about the extent of my experience. The Fear and Loathing movie scared me out of that shit. The bats especially. That's funny. I love the Fear and Loathing movie made me want to try things more. The visuals were so interesting. That's one of my favorite movies and books. The book is really exceptional. The movie is a thrill ride, but the book is both a thrill ride and a very interesting meditation on the state of America in the 1960s. It really is special. It really is a special book. One of the best ever. Shinbiter said, I did everything. Surprised I didn't die. I'm glad for that. Again, fentanyl wasn't created yet. Yeah, I don't... It's been happening to me for a couple of streams this has happened where the update... Oh shit, there's a fucking crew over there. The update agent just acts a fool. I'm not sure what to do about it. Hopefully killing it there with the Control-Alt-Delete improves our situation a bit. What are these fuckers doing, man? Dangerous. I gotta run away from that hyena. We gotta get closer to Camp Tarajo than we are to Wailing Caverns so that when I die, I'm closer to where I'm trying to be. I'm off work at 2:30, West Coast if you need help. Thank you, Mr. Nagy. Feel free to join our community server and guild and whatever else. We are always looking for people to play with. But we won't need help till this boost is complete. Listen, I remember these days of not having a mount in WoW Classic, and I do not miss it. And I'm sure poor Holly and her two friends that she forced to get the Burning Crusade Classic and start from scratch are just realizing just how much walking you got to do at the early stages of this game. It is not a modern gaming experience. Au contraire. Launcher won't update if you're in game. Well, it shouldn't be trying to update. It doesn't need an update. Camp T is going to be a pain to walk to at your level. May I assist in escorting? Does it look like I'm having any trouble? General Mess, have faith in your streamer. Have faith in the Noodle Lord. The Noodle Lord can achieve all things. Or grammatically. There's not even an enemy in sight, and you're worried about me? Leave your worries at home. Nothing's even alive since I came into your lair. The only reason I got killed by that raptor was because I literally popped off my game and my character kept running in a random direction. Was this giraffe gonna kill me? Doubt it. This is the Burning Crusade Classic Anniversary. I only died once of my own issues to the tiger. The second time was not for my fault. Again, I was literally could not see my game screen because of the Battle.net update error. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Let's sell all our junk while we're at it here.
Peace, friend.
That's a two-hander. We don't have the ability to use that just yet. That's mail. We don't use shields. That's cloth. That sucks. That's a mace. That's crappy. That's crappy. Can I wear this yet? No. Got some kind of fucking training sword. Can't use. Got a two-hander that's decent. Okay.
Goodbye.
Oakley dokley, neighbor. Flight path, please.
Greetings.
Alright, we're building a collection of flight paths. Mulgore, here we come. Nice and easy. Yeah, I'm heading to Thunder Bluff is exactly what I'm doing. Left to swim, came back for the stash. Swim? What the fuck do you mean left to swim? You just went for a swim and came back? You have a pool in your backyard? I want to fucking go swim. I need a pool. And not the local pool. It's filled with people's pee. That's not true. We have a fine local pool. But I don't pay for the membership for it. Apartment pool? Ah, that sounds delightful. When I lived in an apartment that had an apartment pool, did I use it? I did. I did, but I was still a kid. But I did use it. I did not take it for granted. I used it often. Wow, I have memories in that pool house complex thingy-mabob. right. Kill him quick! Thank you for the subscribe over on the Red app. I appreciate that. Savage, we're gonna boost though, so I mean... He's saying I'll grind out TBC to help out. Goose, what level did you hit so far? Be careful who you invite to your apartment pool. Be a fucking streaming party over there. Nah, I would never do that. I would just swim. I would just float around, you know, like when you're doing that. You're treading water. That's like one of the greatest exercise moves in history. That's all you gotta do. Watch out, watch out. Oh, I can kill these things now. Goody gumdrops. 5, 2, 3. Forgot about the hunter's mark. Alright. That was very efficient, other than the hunter's mark miss. Ravaged caravan, huh? Mr. Nagy, thank you for the follow. Don't forget to follow if it's your first time here. I stream Monday through Thursday. Currently, we stream at 1 p.m. Eastern for the Burning Crusade Classic Anniversary. And then we stream at 1 a.m. Eastern for WoW Retail, where we do the endgame stuff there. But... subject to change. I think this stream might get bumped up an hour. I feel like at 5 p.m. is the worst time because people are getting out of work, and once they start getting out of work, like they got to put their phone away, they got to turn their computer off, they got to go drive home, you know, whatever. But 2 to 4 should still be okay. Eastern time, that is. A few days ago, we found a Venture Co. caravan traveling under guard on the northern shore of Stone Bull Lake. We'd lost 2 of our number in an earlier battle, so we were quick to attack and lay waste to the caravan. We left their supply crates thinking that our torches would destroy anything of value, but given that Venture Co. salvagers have been spotted near the burned wagons, maybe we were wrong. Perhaps you could go to the caravan and examine the contents of the crates.
Farewell.
I could do that for you. Another time. I could do that for you another time. I'm just going to keep walking past this. Or should I pick up these quests? Maybe I should. Bloodhoof. Swoop hunting, dwarven digging, daggers of wind fury, where they got a meeting going on here. A meeting of the minds. Walked right over that gap. Oh, here you go.
Hail.
The swoop is a cunning bird and difficult to find and hunt. A collection of swoop quills is a badge of cleverness and determination for a hunter.
Ancestors
I'm a
watch
hunter.
over you.
Oh, they're all over the place. That's easy. Swoop John B. There's a mod you can get that does AI voiceover for the quest givers. I recently tried it. It's completely changed the level of immersion for me. I've heard good things about that. However,
I've been expecting you.
I'd rather just read it myself.
What brings you here?
These are too low.
Hail.
Given that I'm a streamer, and given that 50% of my audience hates AI,
Well met.
probably better not to use that and to just
Go in peace.
read what I want to read with my own voice. Mazranash. Get the flight path. There's no flight path here, my friend. There's no flight path here, my friend. Girl at the bridge has a quest to find her dog. I see that. I see all through the powers of Questy and Leatrix maps.
Greetings, traveler.
My grandfather told me stories about his battles with a strider named Mazranash. He told me of its demonic red eyes, razor-sharp talons, and venomous bite. As fortune would have it, while traveling across the plains I encountered it, and it took a nasty bite from my shoulder. He was as terrible as my grandfather described. I'll need some hard-to-find animal parts to clean the infection from his bite. A wolf heart, cougar femur, plain strider scale, and swoop gizzard. Hurry.
Walk with the earth, mother.
Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. Look at the fucking map. Crazy.
What brings you here?
Will you help me find my dog? Where is that dog?
How does she know my name? Help, Raikora. My prize puppy Kyle has run away. I just know he's running around Bloodhoof Village lost and hungry. Find him and feed him.
May the eternal
You just seem like you're
sun
lazy. Like,
shine.
why don't you go fucking look for your own dog? Just a lazy lady. Alright, plenty to do around here. I should open up with 5, yeah. Slow him down, I can hit him with more ranged attacks. I'll get him when I go back. I'm not in a rush to get that dog quest done because I gotta go turn other things there anyway, right? So when it's time to turn things in back to that little village, Bloodhoof, then we'll make our way to finding the little doggy, little dogalini. My HOA has a pool, says Dad Bod. But didn't open it because our HOA is in a lawsuit. Some old man who couldn't handle his emotions over political signs caused a bunch of problems. My neighbors got into a political sign battle. It was kind of hilarious. But they're very nice to each other. But it was hilarious. Before this last presidential election, it was like there was so many signs on their property, both of them, and every couple of days there'd be a new sign on one and then the other one would get a new sign. It brought me a lot of joy, actually. I found it hilarious. Shin said, if I was a petty gal, I would put both political party signs up in my yard and see who goes nuts first. That's hilarious. Yeah, it was a total pissing contest between who had the bigger and bestest signs. And in my there's a swoop. In my town, it's always gonna be. Listen, New Jersey can vote both ways. People forget that, but usually not for the presidency. But New Jersey often has Republican governors. It goes back and forth. Well, it almost always went back and forth. This is actually the first time in like 50 years that we had 2 Democrats in a row. Very likely because of, reaction to Donald Trump being so polarizing. So you've had, for the first time ever, a Democrat gets 2 terms and then a Democrat wins. Helicopter lady, as I call her. Mikey Sherrill. But, we went from... We had Chris Christie was our governor. He's a very famous Republican. Not famous for doing a good job, though. He had a 20% approval rating when he left office. And then there was Christine Todd Whitman, who's also a Republican. And then Corzine and McGreevy were Democrats. Very back and forth. Who won the sign battle? I guess the guy with the Trump signs, technically, right? The political sign battle, I mean... I'll tell you who lost that election, me. Because I bet a lot of money that Kamala Harris was going to win the popular vote. Not the presidency. I didn't know who was going to win the electoral. I bet a lot of money. And what a regret that was. She got wrecked. Big oof. And I never bet on anything. But I was just like, to win the popular vote? Of course. The Democrats get it almost every time. Hillary beat Trump by like 6 million votes. I was like, of course she'll win. Not even close. Not even remotely close. I almost want to start Classic, but I don't know if I have enough time. You don't. You don't have enough time. I just saved you a whole lot of trouble, JTTG. It looks like several months worth of grinding to get to max unless I play non-stop. Correct. That is correct. I'm glad we could save your soul. Go play WoW Retail. Or pay for the boost. Wait for a sale and pay for the boost. Like I'm about to. There's a prairie stalker. Looks like a wolf to me. Looks like enough of a wolf to me. Mists of Pandaria, what are you recommending that he try that? I don't know. You could always play Mists of Pandaria on time walking through Chromie on retail. I did that up to level 17 and I was like, alright. Nobody gives a shit. I was enjoying it, but nobody gave a shit. Rested XP guide and grinding. A whole lot of it. A whole lot of it. %20 approval. Holy shit. Was that like they attempted to see how low they could get? Oh, Chris Christie was hated as a governor. Like absolutely despised. I don't know what he was thinking when he ran for president, because like he would not have won his own home state. I mean, literally 20%. There was all sorts of scandals. I mean, Bridgegate was the big one. He literally caused traffic. I mean, if not him, his administration, that was proven. Whether he was responsible or not, nobody ever really figured out. It seemed certainly like he was. We call it Bridgegate. And essentially what happened was there was a mayor of Fort Lee, New Jersey, who wasn't playing ball. Now that Fort Lee, New Jersey is where the George Washington Bridge is. So he was like, time for some traffic problems in Fort Lee. That's the famous quote. Time for some traffic in Fort Lee. And then they closed lanes on the George Washington Bridge, which is like millions of dollars of people's jobs, people's livelihoods, adding stress to our lives, causing massive amounts of traffic all across the state, because the whole northern funnel of the state are commuters in the morning. Dude, people hated him for that. Like who would even do that? What a petty piece of shit.
The winds guide
He was
you.
trying to like be mafioso, like. Also, here's they did vote him in twice. Isn't that crazy? But it was the second term that had the 20% rating. Here's the other thing he really
Ancestors
fucked up.
watch over you.
He killed all the firemen's pensions. He just killed them. He's like, oh, can't afford this. State can't afford this anymore, and just killed firemen's pensions, as well as police pensions. People were not very happy about that, and a lot of those firemen and police voted for him. Probably a majority of them. Ain't that the way it happens in this fucking world? The ones you think are on your side. I am going to boost this hunter, yes. We're at a 90% chance rate for that now. But since there are certain things you got to do that the boost can't do for you, we're just getting those done at the appropriate levels. Okay, great.
Farewell.
Nah, just go down this way. It's better. Pick up some quests. Finish leveling. I should probably get this Hearthstone too. I love the old background music. Some of it, it's very good here in Mulgore.
Greetings, traveler. How may I aid you?
A grand gift. Oh, this is, yeah, this is just what the game owes me.
Goodbye.
It's my mount. They send it to every car. I thought it came through the mailbox, but it apparently comes
Greetings.
from the inn.
May the eternal sun shine.
Thank you. Thunder Bluff is now my home. Alright, let's finish leveling. Got another 25 minutes to do it. Ah, but did the Democrat put it back? That's a good question. That is a good question. I think there's just I don't think you can kind of catch them on that one, Shin, because it's like a whole different system now for the retirement. I forgot what they did. Obviously there was a huge backlash, so they had to come up with something after the fact. I think they just put them on like regular 401ks or whatever, but there was a cutoff where those people just got fucked because they weren't putting into a 401k. So somebody got fucked, and it wasn't the politicians. And then Phil Murphy, our most recent, before the current governor, he was very well liked. Now, I did have some hardcore Republican friends who never said a good thing about him, but most Republicans I know were like, yeah, he's doing a good job. He did really good through COVID. He didn't do any mask mandates. He didn't do any forced vaccination. He gave everybody the opportunity to make their own decision. And he kept businesses open, and yet gave the CDC guidance to everybody, made sure it was announced, made sure everybody heard about it. We did the 6 feet thing. Stand 6 feet apart. If you're outside, doesn't really matter. Kind of did everything right. Not closing businesses, not forcing children to get vaccinated who, in order to do, like that's what they did in New York City. They forced children to get vaccinated at very early ages, like 5 years old, 6 years old, in order to do extracurricular activities, which is essentially a mandate, right? Because who doesn't want their kid in extracurricular activities? Oh, my kid's just not going to have a life. First of all, they're not allowed to go to school, shutting down schools. Jersey kept a lot of schools open, if not all of them. Phil Murphy did a kick-ass job for COVID. He was the right guy at the right time for Jersey. Shinbiter said, yep, my son was forced to do it for football, and he has a heart condition. Crazy. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully he's fine now. Hopefully he endured it. But it's the risk that shouldn't have been put on him. Clay, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate it. If it's your first time here, do consider giving us a follow on TikTok, the red app, or finding our widescreen on the purple app and giving us a follow there. Our paid subscribers make this all possible. People who donate to us with their heart me's and gifts and superfan subscriptions make it all possible. Thank you very much. That's what sustains the stream. Viewers like you. I don't care what people say. Giuliani was one of the better mayors New York City has had. You know what the truth is? New York's only had, in my lifetime, New York's only had one bad mayor, and his name was Bill de Blasio. Zoran Mamdani's doing a great job. Bloomberg did a great job. Giuliani did a great job. You know, Giuliani transformed the city from when it was a real shithole and dangerous and scary, and he made it not scary. That's a huge accomplishment. Then Bloomberg kind of built off that, and he did a lot for the city's economy. You know, Giuliani's the economy was still kind of shitty, not for rich people, but Bloomberg kind of lifted everyone up. And Bill de Blasio did absolutely nothing. Bill de Blasio was a real dumb shithead, actually. I'm Bill de Blasio and I'm tall. That's about all he did, was be tall. But Mamdani's, you might see a lot of bullshit in the news media about him. Listen, I live very close to New York City. I lived in Brooklyn for fucking years and years and years. I have many friends there. Mamdani's kicking ass right now. Garbage containerization is huge. A lot of stuff, we'll see how it pans out. You know, it might not all work long term, but garbage containerization was a promise. Oh, wait, did I say only one bad mayor? Eric Adams. Oh my God, I erased him from my memory. He was so bad. They had 2 bad mayors in a row. Sorry, Eric Adams was the one who did the fucking vaccine mandate on children to do extracurriculars, and he was extremely corrupt. Bill de Blasio was incompetent, and Eric Adams was corrupt. And Giuliani and Bloomberg and de Blasio all actually seem to be, to me, people who give a shit about New Yorkers and people in general. And again, some of Zoran Mamdani's ideas are very off the beaten path, a little socialist coded, sure, but he definitely cares. He's definitely trying his best. That goes a long way. He filled all the fucking potholes that were breaking everybody's cars year after year. Why wasn't that ever done? For fucking 30 years, they never filled potholes in New York City. They just let us destroy our cars, and then we have to pay for it as individuals. You know how much that sucks? It's brutal. It's thousands of dollars everybody's spending. Individuals are spending every year to fix their fucking rims and hubcaps. It's crazy, because the city wouldn't fill potholes. He did that. Now he's containerizing garbage. There's been a huge rat problem in the city. For decades, there's been a rat problem in New York City. Decades. Zoran Mamdani, again, this was a promise of every past generation. They're going to containerize garbage. What does that mean? If you don't live in New York City, you're not familiar with this. In New York City, there's no law that there hasn't been, not until Mamdani, there's been no law that you have to put your garbage in a garbage can. You could just throw your garbage on the street. And so that's what every fucking landowner, every building owner did. How fucking crazy is that? That listen, I would walk down the street on garbage night and you're passing the pyramids of Giza, but it's all garbage bags, rotting, smelly, disgusting. Mr. Nagy's asking, how do you elect a Muslim for your city after 9/11? I guess by not being racist would probably be the answer to that question. Because he's not a terrorist, obviously. Makes no your suggestion makes no sense, Mr. Nagy. So anyway, garbage containerization is probably my favorite thing happening in New York City right now. Because now, instead of mountains of garbage, you're going to have a dumpster. It's not a big deal. You're going to have dumpsters if you need them. And for houses and apartment complexes that, you know, you don't have room for dumpsters on your property, there's going to be a containerized solution provided by the city. And it's just, listen, get over it. We need dumpsters. There's too many rats. Entire buildings infested with rats. People have to live with this muck and disease. So no thanks. So I'm happy with him. Mikey Sherrill, I don't know what the fuck she's doing for New Jersey right now. Time will tell. Time will tell. I don't know. I didn't like her in the primary, but what can you do? Person I voted for lost. I voted for a different Democrat in this case. I'm all over that. I'm not... These days I do lean to the left, but I'm not so... Like, I have friends on every side of the spectrum. I'm not one of these, like... Can't be friends with somebody because you voted for Donald Trump. Meh. That's a waste of your life's energy. I'm gonna die, maybe, because this harpy was way stronger than I expected. Most of the political figureheads do nothing but continue the agenda already set in place. Well, it's the party politics, right? That's the problem with the two-party system. James, you're absolutely wrong about that, with the mayor not having the power to fill potholes. Absolutely wrong. Clearly, you don't understand New York City politics. The mayor is extremely powerful in New York. While there are other people involved, there is a council. There's a city council that you do need to deal with as mayor. The mayor is an executor. They decide what the city's public works department achieves and does in a given year, and they appropriate money to what they want to appropriate money to. And he said, let's appropriate it to filling potholes, and they accomplished that. So you're wrong. That's just a fact. We've seen the filled potholes. They even filled with the same pothole filling tar. They made bike ramps up curbs. I've seen them. I live so close to the city. You could say that I live in the city. I'm literally 5 minutes away from the George Washington Bridge. Not 50, not 15, 5. The potholes are filled. It's not really a debate that's going on in the city right now whether or not he filled them. They filled. But yeah, you could see with the party politics right now what's going on. It's in both parties. They're really like strangling the life out of like individuality among their party members. What I mean by that is like, look at what happened on the Republican side. Everybody who didn't agree with Trump, there were 4 of them, if I remember correctly. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey, Nancy, I think her first name is, and I forget who the 4th one was. But they all wanted a more releasing of the Epstein files, more punishment for the names of the people who were mentioned. They wanted trials, they wanted all that stuff for the Epstein files. All 4 of them are gone. They all got kicked out of their primary. The Republican Party removed all funding from their campaigns so that they couldn't afford to pay for good television ads. And they endorsed all their rivals. And the official Republican Party endorsed against their own incumbents. That almost has never happened in history, but here we are now. Well, I said almost, because back in the Dizzy, there were what was called the party boss era of politics, and now we're back in that. We're back in like robber barons era, where like certain boss tweed people just have ultimate control over politics, and that's the party leaders. So if you disagree with Trump, well, you better find another fucking political affiliation. And the same thing happened with Bernie Sanders on the Democratic side. You know, you saw what they did when he was about to win the presidency. Everybody dropped out at the same day and endorsed Joe Biden. Why? How does that happen? Well, because the fucking Democratic Party says, listen, you guys all got to drop out if you want that money. You better all drop out and endorse Joe Biden, because otherwise Bernie's going to win and all hell's going to break loose because he doesn't fucking agree with us on every single thing. So, you know, I don't know. I definitely think that our elections are compromised by these parties and the way party politics runs. However, it's still one of the more democratic nations in the world, so be happy with what we got. You're never going to stop the rich people from having massive power. And you're never going to get money out of politics. There's just too much of it. But I think all that's going to change when fucking... If AI does what they say AI is going to do... Man, if AI does what they say it's going to do and it's going to become fucking AGI, right? Everything... Our life as we know it is going to transform. You've got fucking... The billionaires are all starting to say, like... that poor people shouldn't be taxed. Who thought that was going to happen in my fucking lifetime? Jeff Bezos has said it. Elon Musk has said it. They're all saying, like, yeah, only the rich people are going to be taxed in the future. Poor people aren't going to pay any taxes. And the way Jeff Bezos put it, I found really excellent and perfect. He was like, why are we taxing nurses? Like, he's like, people that make less than $150,000 a year in America, they contribute some stupid number, like 10% of all taxes. Every single one of us. It's only like 10%. So why hurt us? Because they're taking 30% of our money to 40% of our money. Sometimes it's 50% of our money. If you own a house, like I do. They're just taking $12,000 from me every fucking year for nothing. For living on this plot of land. Now, I know it goes to good things. I know it goes to the schools. I know it goes to the roads. I understand that. It's local municipal taxes. That's good. But why is it coming from me? It's too much of a percent of my pie. So Jeff Bezos is going around saying now, yeah, we're taking too much of a percent of these poor people. He's like, Amazon's going to make so much money eventually that corporations like Amazon and these AI companies, you're just going to be able to tax them and that'll be that. So sign me the fuck up. Sign me the fuck up already. And what they say what's going to make this all possible is that the efficiencies gained not only by AI, but by the combination of AI and robotics. Put those two together, and what you end up with are a lot of human jobs not being done. So now we can't find work. So they're going to have to fucking give... Elon said this in an interview recently. He was interviewed by the editor-in-chief of The Economist magazine, and he said there's going to have to be what's called... We've been talking about universal basic income. He's like, we're going to have to skip past that and go to universal high income. And the government's going to have to start fucking giving people money instead of fucking taking it away through taxation. He's like, they'll tax the AI companies and they'll tax the big corporations and everybody that's going to have these massive efficiency changes because robots are going to be doing things better and for cheaper. And unless we want a civil war, that's what the All In podcast guy said. These are hardcore billionaire Republicans. They have a podcast. David Sachs is on it. He's one of the president's top advisors. And they're saying, like, yeah, we think there might be like a civil war if we don't fucking give people more money. Because they're not going to have any jobs. And if they're not going to have jobs, then we got to stop taxing them. So we should do that. And I think they're right. I hope it's not going to be Skynet, Anthony. I really do. It's definitely possible, which sucks. According to all the sci-fi I've ever read, it's very possible that it is going to be Skynet. MX Sizz says, I pay 51% in the Netherlands. You have it lucky. But no, not really, because in the Netherlands we have totally different lifestyles. In the Netherlands, everything is fucking next door to, you know, you're a tiny little country. We're a massive country. We've got to pay a lot of money in gas to get around from our homes to our jobs to our supermarkets. Whether you're in Texas or New Jersey, you got long commutes, long drives. You know, we have a totally different economy. We need, the road works alone here cost millions and millions and millions of dollars every year. We're spending too much on our military. That needs to change any day now. I don't know why we're fucking spending quite so much on it. I guess I do know why, because we fucking willy-nilly start wars in the Middle East ever since I was a fucking baby. But It's very different than the Netherlands. You know, you can pay 51% in the Netherlands and still have a fantastic life. If you paid 51% in America, you wouldn't be able to fucking survive. You wouldn't be able to put fucking fuel in your gas tank. That's the difference. Yeah, and you have free healthcare, and you have all this other shit too that, you know, you're paying for. Where it's just a different system. It's a different frame of mind. Trip Wheelerton is saying that Giuliani really cleaned up drug users, but patients from insanity clinics were spreading. I don't know anything about that. I'm just gonna be honest. So I'm not gonna take up that debate point. Dangles, we're gonna boost soon. We got to get to level 10 first, and we got to do our hunter pet quest. So maybe, I would say definitely by the end of the streaming week. What's today? Today's Wednesday? Yeah, I would say we're level 9 right now. We just hit it. So I think it's within the realm of possibility that tomorrow we accomplish our boost goal of hitting level 10 and doing our pet quest, and then we boost. It's very, very possible. Monday at the very latest. There's a lot of people complimenting me for this conversation in the chat, so thank you. I studied political science. I have a bachelor's degree in it, and I was valedictorian. And I am in the National Honor Society for Political Science. I'm a bit of a nerd. I was gonna go get a master's degree, but couldn't afford it. Unfortunately. Still paying the debt off the fucking bachelor's that didn't do anything for my career. Well, it did. It definitely made it easier to get a job. When you didn't have a bachelor's in New Jersey, it's like, fuck. Nobody will even look at your resume. Didn't matter what it was in. Did I get one? I didn't. 80% drop rate, and I haven't gotten it? What the fuck? Something glitching out here. There's another one over here. What's this Kodo all alone for? Bit unusual. Oh, there we go. There's his pride. Oh, why did you get upset? Why did you get upset? I'm not shooting you. I didn't hit you. Just fighting a bird. Oh, fucker. Damn it. Ah, fuck it. Go to this one. Fight the Elder. Out of range. Come on, make it happen. Why not use the GI Bill? The GI Bill goes based on time of service, and it gives you a certain number of value as a percentage of your tuition, and it gives you a certain number of years. So for me, I used the GI Bill to pay for community college, and then that was all that I had on my accruement. You know, I'm not a 20-year fucking service veteran. I did a very small stint, so I got 2 years for it. And not at 100%. Rye. So I was still working through college. Now, if I were to re-enlist, if I were to one day wake up and say, you know what, I'm joining the Air Force again. Why isn't he dead? There we go, that took a while on that. A little bit of tape delay. Still have not gotten what I need. If I were to re-enlist, they would have a, not a GI Bill program, but a pay back your loans program. But forgive me if I don't want to join the fucking military again. so I could be fucking stationed at a base that's getting fucking missiles dropped on top of it for fucking 4 months straight. No thank you. No thank you. Trust me, there's a part of me, a very, very earnest part of me, that would love very much to be in the military, doing very hardcore things. But then you think about the reality of it, and the risk of being maimed is just too high. But there's a part of me that's like, fuck, that would be awesome. But being maimed would not be awesome. So that's where I'm at. I value my life more than I valued it when I was 19, 18, 20, 21. Moneybag says, I've been in 5 years, gonna be 6 in December, and just signed 3 more years. Thank you for your service, man. What's your branch? And what's your job? I was not security forces, no. No, I was a nerd, dude. I was gonna be airborne cryptological linguist, but it had too long of a training pipeline, so you have to enlist twice in order to finish it, which wasn't happening. And they forced me to do that job. I didn't really have a choice. Based on my ASVAB score, they went and sent me to do a different test called the D-Lab. And I did too well on it, so they forced me to learn cryptography and linguistics. But what I would have wanted to do, probably be a drone operator, or, which is a highly in-demand job right now. I'd be fucking so rich if I went in as a drone operator, which is what I would have chosen. Because I'd have all that training, and now I'd be fucking the most in-demand person in the world, because there's nothing more critical to the battlefield right now than drones. Who could have guessed? But nowadays... Oh, there it is! Mazranach, Mazranach. Quick, quick, before anybody else sees it. We'll be alright. Level 9, yeah. Nice to see a nice rare questy here. It's gonna be close. Nicely done, Dane Noodles. Ooh, and I got a cape. A primal cape. Beautiful. Alright. That's awesome. A couple more Wind Fury Talons, and then we'll get ourselves out of here. Someone has to drive the trucks, absolutely. I don't know Army MOSs, man, so I'm glad that Matthew K recognized it right away. In the Air Force, they're AFSCs. I don't even remember what mine was. 1A... It was like 7 digits long. 1A... 8... No, 1AX... I don't remember. It's been 16 years, guys. Can't believe how old I am. It's fucking shocking. Still young enough to serve, though. The new cutoff, is, which rightfully so, the new cutoff is 42. Unless you want to be a pilot. You could be a drone pilot, but you can't be a pilot. I think the cutoff for pilot is 33, 32. Sounds about right. Oh, taming that thing? It was a quest. That's why I killed it. I can't tame anything yet. But that'd be interesting to tame that. Mazraneth. But I don't really want that ugly bird. To be perfectly frank. What's up, Gaidis Verbikis? Oh shit. This fucking Wind Fury Harpy came out of nowhere. Damn you. Can't see. Oh, we're fucked. Let's get out of here. Geronimo! There we go. Safety first. Oh, relax. Relax your bow. Relax your bow. There we go. Take a chill pill. Wish I had an interrupt. What happened? Why'd you stop fighting? Ammo! I'm out of ammo! Wow, I went through fucking 600 arrows already. That is a shocker. That is truly a shocker. Well, never a better excuse to end the questing for the day. Gotta head back to the top of the bluff. You'll get used to it. What's up, Andre? Shin said, I tried to talk my son into the military, but he was not having it. That's hilarious. I've never heard of that happening. A mother talking a son into the military. Normally, there's great nerves associated with war. The child going to war. Shin is a rare breed. Alright, who in Thunder Bluff sells the arrows? Is it you, my dear?
What brings you here?
It is not. Oh, you have certain things, but
Farewell.
not what I need. What are you?
Hail.
You're a weapon master. Oh, I'd like some weapons training. Guns, staves. Oh my god, it's very expensive. I definitely want gun training. Staves I could kind of give a shit about. I'll do guns. We'll wait on staves.
Looking for something special?
Do you have arrows? No. Here, do me a favor. Nobody's gonna buy that in the auction house. Get real. Get real.
Go in peace.
Switch my boots off.
Hail.
Sell those. Clean things up. Alright, I can't find the
Be
arrows
careful.
though.
What brings you here?
Looking for something special?
There we go. Keep them coming, keep them coming. Alright,
Winds
that's
be
better.
back.
That's better. Do I have any turn-ins? How do I not have any turn-ins? They were in this... Oh my god. They were in this little village here. There's still no turn-ins. Crazy. Well, plenty to finish tomorrow to get us to level 10. I mean, there's just tons and tons of things to kill around here. We can also do the Ravaged Caravan tomorrow. We did Mazraneth. I don't know why it's not showing me where to turn that in. I guess it was an auto turn-in? Did I do it and not realize? I don't know. Unusual. Unusual, to say the least. Let's grab a cot. A hammock, I should say. Alright. Get to the right spot there. Alrighty. This has been another fabulous rendition of the Day Noodles live stream. Join the Day Noodles live streaming community at our Discord, link in bio. We'd love to have you on the community server. We got 176 people there right now. We're waiting for more. Come on by. Join Noodle Company. We're here in Dream Scythe on the Horde side and the Alliance side. We'll be boosting this character, if not tomorrow at 1 p.m., Monday at 1 p.m., but tomorrow we will be back on this character at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We're also going to be streaming again tonight and the next night at 1 a.m. Eastern Time for WoW Midnight. Tonight, we're going to see, depending on who's online, if I can hit a mythic elo of 3,000 before the season ends. Because we're already at 2,900 or 2,850 plus. So, a couple of 13s should do the trick. Beyond that, time walking our Evoker, which is in the 60s. I would like to get that to level 90 eventually. And that's all I got for you. It was a fun conversation today. I appreciated it. We'll have more. We'll have more. Gamer, you make a good point, Gamer5096. Shinbiter, I don't think he would adapt. I didn't think he would adapt to college well because he hated school, but he's taken to college so well, it's crazy. I also hated high school and thrived in college. But before I went to college, I joined the Air Force because I didn't thrive in... Well, I wouldn't say I didn't thrive in high school. I was always the same smarty pants that I am today. I just didn't like it. I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't like... For some reason, the people who have power over you when you're a high school student, those teachers, it doesn't feel like they deserve their position. You know, some of them certainly do. They make good lesson plans. They try their damnedest to be good teachers. They try to be respectful. Some of them are just like, they think they're tough and they're putting on these airs, and it's like, fuck you. Whereas in the military, I never had that problem with the respect for authority because everybody seemed to have earned their authority. I didn't encounter, like, the system in the military just worked better in the Air Force. Where, like, okay, my drill instructor, he deserves to be my drill instructor. He knows what the fuck he's doing. I respect him highly. You know, I'm not going to fucking test him. And I had an MTI, military training instructor, who was a former Marine. And I loved him. And then I was in the Presidio of Monterey, which is an army post, because that's where they teach the languages to everybody. Like I said, I was there. I was supposed to be learning languages and cryptography. And my personal supervisor, we called him, was a Marine Corps staff sergeant. I was an E2. I was an E2, which is airman. It goes airman, basic, airman. I was there. He wasn't even in the Air Force. He was a Marine Corps guy, different uniform and everything. And he told me when I was leaving the Air Force, because when I didn't re-enlist and when I was going home, he was like, "Hey, contact me. We'll get you in the Marine Corps. Like, please join the Marine Corps." He's like, I think you'll enjoy it better. He's like, I think I get your personality type, and I think you'll be a great addition to the Corps. Obviously, I didn't do that, but it was the greatest compliment I've ever received because, you know, these Marine Corps NCOs are very serious people, and to get a compliment like that they want you to join them and re-serve with them is the greatest compliment ever. But anyway, I'm fucking out of here. These are the stories from my past. It's just member berries. It's just member berries at this point. Thanks, everybody. Have a great, great rest of your day. I'll see you at 1 a.m. Follow and subscribe if you haven't already. The mustache never bothers me, Octogram. It never bothers me. Not while drinking, not ever. Blowing your nose, you gotta learn a technique to put the blow your nose like that, right? So this is the paper, the tissue paper. You gotta cover your stash when you blow your nose. That's all. Once you learn that, you're an expert.